about crisis after crisis in the NHS, but whatever our politics, on one thing we stand together, and that is the enormous debt of gratitude we owe to the doctors and the nurses who give so much to us on a daily basis. And that's why selecting a single winner as Carer of the Year was so difficult for the panel. But nurse Jill McGowan has not only devoted herself to her patients, she has also made an astonishing personal sacrifice.
Jill McGowan is a nurse dedicated to caring for others. But for years she suffered with a crippling problem of her own, severe asthma.
Life was horrible when you had an attack. You just couldn't breathe. You were terrified. Take a normal breath in.
But in 1996 she came across the Buteyko technique.
The Buteyko technique is a form of breathing control. It changes the way the body responds to the environment and makes your breathing more efficient and hopefully reduce your symptoms of breathlessness.
You're freeing up your diaphragm and you're letting it do your breathing for you. When I went along, I didn't think this method would help me. Within 24 hours, I had stopped using a nebuliser. Within 12 weeks, I had stopped taking preventer medication, and I have not had an oral steroid since.
Jill was determined that others should benefit too, but she discovered that doctors needed more convincing.
I would not be happy starting a new treatment without evidence from an effective clinical trial, primarily to ensure that there's no harm that comes to patients under a new treatment, but also to show that there's proven benefit before you feel comfortable referring a patient.
Jill knew that research was unlikely to be paid for by a pharmaceutical company, as the treatment, if successful, cuts down on a patient's need for drugs. She decided on an astonishing course of action. 25 Hillfoot Gardens, Glasgow, Jill's home for 7 years.
There only is life or death. There only is black or white. The decision was it had to go. So sell the house.
2 years ago, Jill put her 3-bedroomed house on the market and raised £55,000 to pay for a clinical trial into the Buteyko method. If the hospital trial proves that the technique works, thousands of lives could be transformed. Already, some lifelong asthma sufferers are reaping the benefits.
Shortly after the first session we had, I had started getting symptoms. I was getting wheezy and tight, and I had my inhaler in one hand ready to use it, but I thought, no, I'll try using the technique, and it worked. First time, no problem.
People with asthma die, and I'm not giving them their life back. In essence, I'm giving them an opportunity to take their life back themselves.
She gave up her house and I've benefited from it. There's nothing I can say. I can't thank her enough.
Before we meet Jill, please welcome a woman who's not just a television presenter, not just a comedy actress, but she's a new mum as well. Fresh from her triumph on Saturday night on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, please welcome Davina McCall.
Asthma is a subject very close to our heart, our family's heart, because my husband suffers from asthma, and also, you know, there's a strong chance that our daughter may suffer from asthma at some point in her life. So I personally want to thank Jill from the bottom of my heart, and there is no reason why asthma should be a killer. A very deserving winner here of the Carer of the Year, it's Jill McGowan.
Asthma is a killer in the UK for 1,600 people. It doesn't have to be. All I can say to all you celebrities and ladies and gentlemen out there is, please help me if you can. Thank you.